Sup, y'all? It's the Southern Nerd. I just poured me a big old glass of sweet tea. Now, let's get into this new update for Black Desert. Now, first thing you're going to know new classes. Everybody's been talking about it Musa, Lawn, Dark Knight, and Striker. I'm personally created a Musa because I figured everybody's going to be leaning more towards the Strikers and Dark Knights. And if anybody was watching the GM stream, you probably want to play Lawn because they can fly. But there's so much more in this update that we need to get into. So, next thing, Node Wars and Conquest Wars. So now we'll be able to battle it out for the territory, start imposing martial law on all the weaker guilds. I'm not in a very big guild, so don't mind that. Next big thing is balance changes. Now, I'm not going to go over everything. I'm just going to say that one of the main things for these balance changes is everybody's basic attack does a lot more damage now. That was one of the things that they said. I'm going to leave a link down in the description to go through the balance changes because I normally just play Berserker, so I would only be able to comment on what has changed there, and I don't think that's fair to everybody. Next thing, family funds. So, based off of your fame, if you've seen that somewhere in your profile, you see that you have a certain level of fame, you'll get paid daily based on that. So, I'm going to leave you just some examples down here of how you would get paid based off of how many points you have. And it's based off of combat fame, life fame, and special fame. Now, if you're not sure exactly what special fame is, it's culmination of your knowledge and contribution points, exactly as they put it, word for word. Now, another part of your family fame, it's going to reduce the taxes that you pay. So it'll act as a tax deduction. And since we do have the node wars and conquest wars, that's going to be a big thing. Now, next thing we've got is some life skill changes. Now, I'm pretty excited about this part. For all of you mount trainers, it's going to affect that. So, the higher your training level, the better everything is going to work out for you when you're training your horses. So, that's good. Big thing on the trading, you don't have to have your unconnected nodes connected. Won't have any disadvantages there. So, that's awesome. Now, I'm personally love farming. So I've been waiting for this moment for a while. You can now send your workers to your gardens to prune the plants, kill the pests, and all that good stuff. That's beautiful. So now you can really speed up that production without having to sit there all the time. Now, it's not necessarily recommended to do that because that's how you level up your farming, but if you've been doing your farming for a while like I have before this update, your farming level's already up there. I'm almost professional. So that's the way I look at it. I'm glad to finally have it so I don't have to run out there all the time. Now, another thing is you can see in your craft notes, it's a new thing on the menu, and you can just basically look at any item in the game that's craftable, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about it. Instead of having to go online to do your research, you can do all that in game now. Next thing up, we've got some guild changes. So, payouts have been added as long as you have 30 members in your guild quests, whenever you do those, it's going to be a lot smoother. And based off of your personal, how do I put this? Your personal individual's effort into a quest, you will get more money based on that. All you have to do is go collect your wages in the guild menu. So that's awesome. And another thing, and I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, but it says guilds or the guild quests are spread out instead of just being for one guild. So I don't know what that means, but I'm sure we'll all figure that out. General character changes. They fixed the way that horse riding has looked. It's going to be a lot smoother now. There's a lot different things there, and you can read and see exactly what that is if you're looking for something specific. Jumping is a lot smoother. They've added some camera changes so that you'll be able to sit up, stand down, all that good stuff a lot easier. They removed some of the cheering for picking up certain items that were not worth cheering for. And there's some other changes in there as well. Now, they changed some monsters in the game where some were not strong enough, some were too strong. Bigger things, if you've already leveled up quite a ways, is if you're looking for the Magic Crystal of Infinity, they've added two new drop places for that, Elric Shrine and Marnie's Lab, and they also increased the rate by 50% at Main's Hideout. Also, instead of just getting 7 mobs at a time, you can get 10 mobs at a time, so that's great. Next thing, we've got some quest changes. So everybody's starting out in a different place, and they'll start working their way to the Western Guard camp. Let's see, and if you lose your dim magical sub-weapon, you can go to Calpheon and talk to Ronats or Grandis, get those stuff back. They've changed a few other little things. They added a sub-quest in Altanova for the blacksmiths, so I hope that that involves some blackstones. Dark portals have been added, so that's another good thing. Instead of just summoning the bosses, you'll just click on the dark portal. Now, boss scrolls, this is huge. They removed the time on them, and you can stack them. It's beautiful. You can now stack your boss scrolls. Some more big things. The enhancement chance is now on display. So whenever you're trying to enhance, it'll show you a percentage of what's the chance that this is going to improve from such level to another level. And they also increase the amount of black stones you can get out of the extractions. Your coins now have an unlimited amount that you can carry. They improved militia and rusty weapons, so early on in the game, you'll actually have stronger weapons without having to use your other weapons that you've been working on. Now, there are some changes to the world boss. Now, I'm going to flash up the new schedule on the screen. And if you're like me, you already missed the first new one, so boo. But it looks like they've added some more on Saturday, so that's great. Now they added some other changes that are just phenomenal that a lot of people have been asking for. You can now change the size on your screen, the UI, and it looks like there's a news option in the start menu, so you can read the patch notes and all that good stuff right from the menu. You don't have to actually leave the game. Now, that was something that I was always checking all the time just to go back and forth. And there's tons and tons of bug fixes. So if you've seen some issues, little small issues that you don't feel like they've been working on, just go through that bug fix list real quick, and then see if it applies to you. Now, like I said, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for the patch notes, and I'm also gonna leave a link in the description for the balance changes. So please check that out because you want to see what's different about your class. You might need to reset your skills. But that's gonna be it for me and this update, these patch notes. I'm gonna just go enjoy playing my new Musa character, Guan Cena, and I'm gonna get up on out of here. Please like and subscribe.